welcome back everybody to F9 Kryptonite, bringing you the action as pretty much every week since the beginning of the season. So for the first time I'm gonna be streaming in 60 frames per second, so hopefully it's gonna look a bit better, but yeah, I'm not sure if my internet can cope with it, so tell me if there's any issue in the chat, and if there is issue, then I guess I change back to 30 frames per second. But yeah, so 10th round in China was the first one on the track that has, so I guess it's Mad Scientist, but he retired on the track last week, so he has a quali ban, so what he's doing is he's just doing an installation lap, just so his setup is locked in, and then yeah, he's gonna just pit and retire then. And if he doesn't, then he'll get punished. I guess I told him, so I guess he's not gonna be stupid enough to keep going, and yeah, he's gonna pit. So we have a Renault, I guess that's Grumpy. No, that's not Grumpy, that's Power starting his lap. So we're still on board, the camera is still not fixed, but anyway, into turn 1, very long corner, keep the minimum speed up, but to be honest I'm not an expert of China. Into turn 2 and 3, it's a bit downhill, easy to lock up the brakes, then not the easiest exit. End of sector 1 into the tight turn 6, quite a slow corner, 80 kph, into the S's of turn 7, 8 and 9, very fun part, really, I really like it, but it's not the easiest. It goes a bit wide, but it's gonna get a slightly better exit, and actually the exit wasn't that great. Turn 11 and into the snail, really. You want to focus on the exit, obviously, because of the very long straight you've got after that. Deer is open. And into the hairpin. Very slow hairpin, down to second. And then there's only one corner remaining, and not the easiest. It's actually quite easy to get an invalidation as he runs out of ERS. That's a 30.9. I don't believe it's the fastest lap. We're gonna see much better because I think in F10 the pole time was 29.9 or 08. I don't really remember, but now the beacon goes in first place with 30.8. Bowes is still in second. Yeah, I'm gonna check if the pool time. Oh, and Mad Scientist has retired, and so has Grumpy. Brendan, not sure what he's doing. He's in the eye. So yeah, let me check the pool time for. Yeah, that was a 29.9 in F10, so drivers still have plenty of time to fight. Who's the next one to cross the line? That's gonna be Matty, I believe, yeah. And he goes in P5 with a 31.7. Then we had G Prentice goes P6, 31.8. We have the two alphas crossing the line. Vettel first goes fastest. Mystic goes 6th fastest. So Vettel setting the early pace in that qualifying session with a very good lap. I mean, very good, not really, but much faster than anybody else at the minute. Brendan crosses the line. It's only starting his lap actually. But we're still on board the racing point. Looks like a clean turn 1 and 2 into turn 3. Bit late on the power short shift into third and fourth. That's what you've got to do. It's not proved sector 1, but it's not the easiest track to nail, so I believe drivers will just have a kind of like slowish first lap, and then they will start to go a bit faster than that. But let's see. The bird is second sector, and it's purple right now. So it looks like a promising start to the lap. Good exit, stays to the inside. I'm not actually sure what's the best line for that corner, but okay, he's not on the lap actually. As you can see, here is down to about 0. But JKT is on the lap, he's into the first corners. That's very difficult sequence of corners. No, as we have charged completely on the track. Purple sector 1 for JKT in the Mercedes. Good exit out of turn 6 into 7. It's normally easily flat and or easy. Okay, he crashes, but he's still running. Anybody else on the lap? Alex is on the lap, and he's the only one on the lap actually. He's on mediums. So the strategy, as we told a couple of trials, is quite interesting. You can qualify on softs and go on to hards. That works, but it's not the easiest strategy to pull out, and it's not the fastest either. So if you can, it's always better to start the race on mediums, but if you can't, then you can still start on softs. He's not blocked by anyone so far. JKT is probably gonna pit. What can Alex do then? It doesn't run too wide, so his lap is still valid, and he goes P9 on mediums, so not that bad. And yeah, he's the best placed medium runner right now. Is there anybody else on the lap? Delta has started his lap. Same for Josh. We have a McLaren as well, but yeah, I believe Josh. Oh no, he's not on the lap. I mean, he was on the lap, but his lap is not valid, so we not count him in. His teammate, yeah. So I think only special is on an actual lap then. I don't think he raced last week, but oh, and he's up on his PB where sector 2. Ooh, I had to lift into turn 13, I believe that is. Let me check real quick. Yeah, that was 13. Into the hairpin. Ooh, turns in very early. Probably too early actually. To the last corner he goes. You gotta send it. He doesn't run too wide, but he runs on out of ERS. That's P7. 31.4. Not very quick right now. Plenty of people on the lap. We have Alex was about to finish his lap, but he goes into the pit. B-Boy Worm is not on lap either, he's currently in P11. JP is not on track. Jacob Reaper though, he's on a push lap. I'm not sure if he's gonna improve his lap time. I believe he should, because it's 31.9 1.0 is not really quick. And he slightly improves, but not enough for P4. We have mistake, but he's only starting his lap. So I guess it's not a beacon then approaching the last corner. Yeah. Oh. He's lagging a bit, or is it me? I have actually no clue. That could be me. No, I think that's him. So yeah, I don't know if he improved or not. I actually missed it. I think he did improve on the beacon. On the beacon. And so he's now in P2. I'm getting the ref glitch. Okay, no, only Nano has the ref glitch. And I believe there's literally no way to fix that. So, F. So Delta P3, I think I missed it as well. Yeah. For someone who like wasn't very comfortable in F10, it's actually good to see him perform quite well in F9. Doesn't make like sense, you could say, but yeah. And I mean, anyway, like there's not the difference between F9 and F10 is not that big really. Mistake is on his push lap, out of the hairpin, good traction to the last corner. Could have taken a bit more curb, but that's alright. Runs out of ERS and he goes P3, 6 tenths improvement. Really not bad, but that's only P3 and his teammate is actually leading the session, so pretty sure I would be disappointed if the first lap is not in the 1:29s. But yeah, JKT improved, I mean, set his first lap rather. Goes P9, looks like it's gonna rain. Humanfish says, yeah, it might rain towards the end of the session, but I think the race is gonna be dry, I've heard that. Again. We have... So P-Boy Warm is gonna start his lap. His teammate though, Matty, is on the lap, pushing the hairpin. He's currently in P8 with a 31.7. He should improve by a good margin, I think. Let's see, he's gonna cross the line, and that's... He found 1 second almost, so not a bad lap by any means. And that's good enough for P5. Bowers on his third lap. I think there's a racing point. No. Yeah. Yeah, but that's Brendan, but he's on his third lap as well. So Bowers, JKT, but JKT is he's not gonna finish his lap. B-Boy Warm, then Purple Sector 2. He's found almost 8 tenths in the current lap. Can he keep that up then? Looked like a very good turn 13, I mean Traverse 13. It's gonna be interesting. To the opening. He brakes quite late, locks up a bit. One more corner to go. Takes good amount of curb. And across the line he goes, and that's P1 for the minute. It's 1:30.2. I believe there's more time to find, but that's not bad. We have his teammate, I believe. But his teammate is gonna pit as well. Bowers is gonna finish his lap. 1 corner to go. Brakes late. Looked like a good last corner. Can he improve? Yes, he can. 4 tenths find. and that's good enough for third right now. He's gonna be happy, but I think there's more time to find again. If those guys are slower than F10, I would be a bit, you know, I would be shocked as Deta retires from the session. So it's not gonna improve. Evening, Kieran. We have an Alpha crossing the line. Is that mistake? No, that's Vettel! And he improves, and he goes back into provisional pole, where a 1:30.1. 10 people top of that. Do you get big DRS trains here? You can, yeah. Nano Beacon only starting his lap. His teammate is gonna start his lap too. Mistake starting his lap as well. Viewer Worm is gonna pit. But we have one of the Red Bulls approaching the line. That's Adrian 6. Currently towards the bottom of the grid. Can he improve? I guess yes. And yeah, P5. A very big improvement. Not gonna lie. G Prentice starting his lap. We have Brendan. He's gonna start his lap soon. Bowers is gonna pit, obviously. Jacob Reaper currently in pit. No, that's not Jacob. That's Greenwood. He's only starting his lap as well. Meanwhile, F1MD Zone back from his race ban. He's gonna cross the line. He goes P4. Oh my! 1.7 seconds found on that lap. That's a very big improvement. And he retires on the track again. So if he blocks somebody, then he's gonna get a pen again. Unfortunately. Nana Beacon is gonna finish his lap. I believe he's up on his best time. Let's see. Yes, he is, but that's not good enough for P1. Josh gonna finish his only lap. That's only good enough for P14. There's an Alpha crossing the line. That's Mystic P7. Then I believe that's Jacob Reaper on the straight. Yeah, he is almost 3 tenths up on his best lap time. And I didn't see that, but Matty has done the exact same lap time as Delta. And Jacob can improve. Yes, he can. Goes into P5. There's Ferrari. That's G Prentice. Improves to P12. She's gonna have a free tire choice. Then we have Brendan. That's Brendan. His only lap, and he goes in P12. So he is one to watch clearly. JP Greenwood is gonna cross the line. What can he do? And that's a good improvement. 1.7 seconds. That's a great improvement, but that's slow. Not gonna lie. That's a slow lap. I think there's way more time to find. There is JKT P11. That's the best starting position you can get at China, pretty much. His teammate Special is not on the lap. Josh is absolutely not either, and I think that's the end of the quali session then. And that's Vettel on pole then. Trop Formula in the chat is gonna be happy. But that's much slower than what I was actually expecting. So yeah, the pole time in F10 was set by James Dovey, and that was a 1:29.926. So that's pretty much 2 tenths slower than F10, and that's quite a shock to me. So yeah, Vettel taking pole position then, in front of B-Boy Worm, Nano Beacon. Bowers, Jacob Reaper, F1MD Song, Adrian 6, Mystic, Delta, Matty, JKRT, Special, Brendan, J Prentice, JP Greenwood, Josh, Alex, and the only two guys that were banned from that quali session, Grumpy and I forgot his name. Let me check back. And Mad Scientist, obviously. So, and it's all sunshine again. So I guess it's gonna be dry. I would be surprised if it's not. But you know, we might see some rain towards the end. But it could make things interesting. But yeah, a dry race is not that bad, really. No, I'm not gonna complain. Yeah, the session's gonna start. So I guess it's time to have a look at the standings. So Brendan leading the championship after a dominant win last time out in Japan. Then Uberto Mancini and is still in second, which is very surprising for someone who's done only four races. But that's how it is. And then JKT, Alex, and Josh. That's the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship. And in the Constructors' Championship, we have Racing Point, and then Mercedes, AlphaTauri, Haas, Williams, McLaren, Renault, Red Bull, Ferrari, and last, Alfa Romeo. But yeah, Alfa Romeo only has 18 points. But, they could actually double that this week. But yeah, Racing Point leading the championship by 14 points over Mercedes. Then, so predicted pit stop strategies. So soft to hards, pretty standard one stop, but you can do a soft, a hards to medium. That's pretty much the best strategy. And Vettel is, I believe, pushing it to the max. Let's have a look at the starting tires. So yeah, everybody in the top 10 starting on softs, and then outside of the top 10, everybody on mediums except for G Prentice and JP Greenwood starting on hards. And that's pretty much the best strategy. You want to start on hards and then... Okay, the predicted pre-stop strategy this time are different. Doesn't really make sense, but you know. So yeah, to continue my point, that's the... I mean, hards to mediums is the best strategy, really. And Vettel is already onto the grid. Yeah, I'm not gonna use telemetry this time. Here we go. So, yeah, he's already onto the grid. He's gonna wait for all the others, and his tires are gonna slightly drop off, even though, like, okay, looking at the tires temperatures on his steering wheel, it's not very realistic. It's like minus 273, which is pretty much, yeah, zero, the absolute zero. So, casting already going on, that's great. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go in China. It looks like a good start from Biboiwom, but he's actually cut off by Vettel in the lead. Oh, and I've seen carbon fiber flying already. I think that was F1MD song, just sending it into turn 1, and actually he's wide now. He's paid the price for it, and he's lost a couple of places. No crash or spin for the time being. Oh, virtual safety car. Oh, never mind. I literally jinxed it. And Mad Scientist looks to be out of the session. Yeah, JP Greenwood has big damage, as you can see. Another plate missing, so he's gonna have to pit. And Adrian 6 getting a pen that is gonna serve for ignoring yellow flags. So I don't actually know what's gonna happen. What's happening? Adrian 6. Yeah, I believe he's got illegal overtake. I think he overtook Mystic on the safety car, and we go back to green, and they've lost like 2 seconds. Oh, and who's that in the gravel trap? That's Nano Bacon. What has he done? Cold tires? I don't know. What's happening, my man? He's losing tons of time. He's not gonna lose out to Powers. Not now, actually. Yeah, very strange. Not sure if he was actually watching the... Oh, and Mystic, what's happening? Oh no, Jacob Reaper goes into the pits, that's why. And they're all gonna gain a position then. So Special is the first one on mediums. Yeah, don't look at the standing, it's not true. It's simply not true. So it's the first of the mediums runners. And yeah, JP Greenwood pits. Yeah, he's on hard. I mean, he was. So he's gonna lose a lot of time by not being on hards. He's gonna have to pit again, probably. Yeah, he's on mediums now, but there's literally no way he's gonna make it to the end. So yeah, and we've had another spinner, that's Alex. But that's all. The standings never lie. Yeah, they never lie. What's the point of that? I think I missed something. But yeah, the top two have already broken away from the rest of the pack. As you can see, 2 seconds between P2 and P3. And Vettel showed that he has the pace to win. Not actually sure if P-Boy Warm has the pace, as he is not in the DRS range right now. But yeah, lap 3 DRS enable. Oh, Josh might have a look at Special. He goes up the inside. Oh, and he's gonna spin. I knew it. Not enough. I mean, I believe he had enough space given, but it was very tight. On what is he doing? Okay. Grumpy loses a place to JKT or the opposite. I'm not really sure, but they're battling. That's all I know. And Grumpy much later on the brakes. What is he doing? All right, that was okay. That was interesting. I mean, he broke too late, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going in." No. Oh, and Josh, what is Josh doing? Oh, and he's completely, and that's his race down. Then he's pretty much last. Only the McLarens. Right. ABS, a gift and a curse. Yeah, I fully agree. Fully agree. Yeah, that was a bit shocking from a lot of people. So Delta getting overtaken. What is happening? Yeah, Nano Beacon is definitely lagging a bit. And Adrian 6 getting already a 3-second time pen for multiple warnings. As Mystic pits, yeah. That's tight. That's very tight. But oh, he almost spins, but he keeps it under control. But he loses even more time again. Nano Bacon. It's not like in China, I can tell you that. But they're still in P6 though, so that's not too bad. Matti fighting with Special. And I think Special has made it work. Looks like it, yeah. Josh has retired from the session in the pits. That's what you're supposed to do, in case you didn't know. Brendan looks very close to Matty. So Matty clearly not liking those soft tires. I can understand why. They don't last for very long. But I think that's gonna be a pretty easy move from Brendan's side. Yeah, Deer is open. He uses a bit of overtake and straight past Matty. Actually, no, he's not gonna overtake a special now. Matty doesn't really fight it too much. I mean, would be a bit stupid to fight it, not gonna lie. Two people into the pits. That's Bowers and Delta, and Matty goes into the pits as well. So then, oh, Brendan, he's very close to special now. He might go for a move into turn 6. Let's see. Looks very clean. But also a bit slow. He might be using TC actually, Brendan, or he's just very smooth on the power, but Josh has left. So only 17 cars remaining. Big lift from Brendan. He clearly missed the apex. So yeah, I said that turn 7 was flat in quali. I guess it's clearly not flat in the race, or you've got to, or you need to have a very good setup in the corners. But yeah. Oh, and Alex, I believe Alex has crashed. Let's see that. So it should be on the left hand side of the screen. And indeed he has crashed. Yeah, I guess he just lost it. A bit of shame. Yeah, safety car. Full safety car. I thought there was only a virtual one, but doesn't look like it. Oh, and he says, thanks Brendan in the chat, so he might have been... They might have crashed into each other, or I'm not really sure, but lots of people into the pits. That's not really gonna help J Prentice, I mean, oh, and Jacob Reaper. I mean, now Mystic did hit Jacob Reaper, and then he got a pen. There, ooh, that's very wide from Mystic. You cannot use the runoff area to get a better pit entry, but obviously lost quite a lot of time, so yeah, no point reporting that. It's not gonna be punished. Is there more people? So yeah. And he's got new nose as well. So Mystic, no, I think Mystic got a new nose too. So yeah, 16 cars remaining on track now. And pretty much everybody on the hards, except 3 people. And the Beacon Bowers, respectively, in P4 and 5, and then you have JP Greenwood at the back of the pack in P14. Yeah. I'm not sure if you can go to the end on mediums, but they may try. We'll see that. Alright, so quite a different order from now on. J Prentice in the lead. So he hasn't pitted yet. So I guess he's not gonna keep it. He's gonna go on to mediums at some point, but when I don't really know. I don't really know. Yeah. So Vettel and Biboiwom's advantage have gone to the Shadow Realm, and yeah, they've pretty much lost it. Bit sad. Yeah, they had a great lead, but they lost it. So what can I say now? Because there's literally nothing to say about the race. I mean, Brendan is in P8 now, so he's back in the points, but he's not on the attended strategy anymore. Oh, and safety car in this lap, so perfect. Really perfect, because I was getting bored, not gonna lie. I'm gonna like the stream, obviously, and you should do so as well. Is there any... Alright, so some people talking in the Discord chat during when they're still racing. I don't actually like that. I really don't like that, because it means you are in AI on the straight. So the safety guy is gonna come into the pit soon. Mystic is back. Oh, don't crash into people. Yeah, that's good. When is J Prentice gonna go? When is he gonna go? Don't overtake each other, don't overtake each other, and he's back! That's a good restart. His tires are very cold, I can tell you that, because he understeered like crazy, and now the beacon, I think, has overtaken... Well, okay. I'm not sure what actually happened there, but... yeah. I'm not sure what happened. Let's forget that, and let's focus on the racing. Don't think we'll see any moves right now. Oh, that's very close, but it's all clean for the time being. And actually, yeah, it is clean. J Prentice already 5 times clear of Vettel, but he's on all the tires, so he should not keep that gap. And he's losing bits of time. He's lost out 3 tenths almost in one corner. I mean, it's actually 3 corners, but you know. And he might get overtaken by Vettel now, but doesn't look like it. But at the back of the pack, JP Greenwood losing a place to his teammates and to F1 AMD Soul at the same time. Ooh, and what's happened? Mystic? What is Mystic doing? I think he just rear-ended JP Greenwood. Okay, I'm not really sure what's happening. Mystic gets a 3-second time pen, and he's gonna go for a move on to F1 AMD Soul around the outside of turn 1. That's oh, and F1 AMD Soul went way too deep into turn 1, so that's a place lost again for the Red Bull driver. And that, oh, we have yellow flags. What happened? Somebody's crashed, and that's Adrian 6. And front Special and Brendan battling. Oh, and Adrian 6 has been disqualified. That's a big F. Oh, and yellow flags in sector 2. What? Okay, now that don't really know what it is for. I guess the AI of Adrian just parking it. But he's disqualified anyway, so he's not in control. So there's nothing I can do. He can do. And Brendan is using his overtake button, as you can see on the dash. And that's an easy move up to P6, the championship leader. Oh, and Matti and Delta fighting each other again. Clean racing, and Delta up into P8, but I think he was only defending from Matti. I'm not really sure. Matti very close. Very close for P2 as well. I mean, even for the lead, you could say. So a little train. Is Wilhelm close enough to Vettel to send it? Absolutely not. No action for the time being. Grumpy close to Matti again, but not close enough. Let's go for the move. He lifts a bit. So yeah, we pretty much have two trains. We have one for P1 and we have one for P8. I mean, that's great. That's better than, you know, having everybody spread up. At least we have good action like that. And Mystic, yet another 3 seconds. I'm not really sure what he's doing, but Matti almost loses it. And I think Rupi had to lift off slightly, not to touch Matti. But oh, yellow flags in sector 3. What is that for? Yeah, Jacob Reaper has grass on his tires. Grumpy close to oh, and Mystic up the inside of JKT. JKT is gonna fight it, but now he backs out. That was the best option. Otherwise, that would have ended up in a crash. Is he gonna go? No, he's too far back. Ooh, that's very, very close here at the front. People warm, actually very close to Vettel, but Vettel's using an overtake. Okay, I thought people warm on the outside, but that's never gonna work. Yeah, very close at the front. That's what we like to see. And it's close up at the back as well, so really not that bad, but I think Delta has made a mistake, or Special has made a mistake, or both of them, really. They've lost out. They're not in the deer strain anymore. Oh, people locking up here and there. Brandon, actually Nana Beacon is very close to Bowers. He's using his overtake button. He opens the DRS, Bowers defends the inside. Nana Beacon goes to the outside, and who's gonna be the later on the brakes, and looks to be Bowers. He keeps the place, but they're gonna go too wide into the last corner. That's and that's a good move from Nana Beacon. Nana Beacon, and he goes up to P4. Oh, and Brendan very close to Bowers. I thought he would go for the gap, but that would have been a shocking move. So he backs out. Oh, and people are going very close to Vettel now. But I think he backed out too. J. Prentice still in the lead, so I guess he can keep it. Oh, and JKT overtaking F1 AMD Diesel at turn 6. So he can keep it for how much longer then? Looks like he's on the pad, given his input. But yeah, the other question I had earlier in the race was Is P1 fast enough? Or the fastest? To get close to Vettel, and looks like he is. Vettel is not gonna go for a move on to J. Prentice, and Brendan on the side of Bowers, but I think he overcooked it on the brakes and he's back in P6. Meanwhile, I don't really know what happened. Delta and Grumpy fighting over each other for P8, yeah. And I think Grumpy overtook Delta. But Delta is gonna have a second go. Brendan overtook Bowers. So that's racing point again. Renault, driver 1 and driver 2. Oh, that's very close. There's contact. Grumpy has the outside line. He's gonna get better traction. And I think Grumpy should keep the place into the airpin. No, he doesn't. He's gonna get the bread traction, but actually he keeps the place. But yeah, Delta is on the pad clearly. 2. I saw some battle for P2, but Vettel is still in P2. And when there's a big pack like that, the place you want to be in is at the front of the pack. When there's and it's a two-way battle, then it's good to be the one behind, because you can decide like what you want to do. Do you wanna pressure the guy, or do you wanna just, you know, stay behind, save ERS fuel, or, you know, tires, or anything. You can really dictate how the race goes, but in a big group like that, you don't want to be anywhere in the middle of it. You really want to be at the front. Oh, and we're seeing some moves at the back. JKT getting overtaken by F1M Diesel. They're trading back and forth. I believe JP Greenwood lost his place to his teammate, and JKT stays behind F1M Diesel for the time being, but he goes wide again. Can he get that place back? JKT doesn't look like it. He's not having the best race, not gonna lie. Oh. Can he line up a move into turn 6? Looks like he's choosing the outside line, and F1M Diesel breaks later, and he keeps the place for the time being. Let's go back to the front with Nana Beacon. Still on mediums. He has a little gap behind him, but people warm very close to Vettel again, and Vettel is lagging, as you can see. I think people warm at a slight moment, but that's, it's almost like all the gaps between the top 6 are the same. 4 tenths, 5 tenths. And no one can overtake. But that might change. No, it won't change actually. But Vettel has really good straight 9 speed, but yeah, his car looks a bit unsteady. Race trim. Oh lord, what was that from Daniel Bacon? But he doesn't gain an advantage from that. But BB1 lost a bit of time. Not a lot, but you know, Bowers, is he gonna send it? No, he's not. Oh, meanwhile, at the back, Mystic and Delta fighting each other, and Delta not giving enough space to Mystic, looks like. That could be considered as moving into braking and pushing somebody off the track. Oh, and he's lagging a bit, Mystic. He always has been, anyway. And I believe he has disconnected in a lot of races so far. Yeah. So Nana Beacon very close to P1 again. Oh, and as I say that, he loses 2 tenths and a bit. Oh, another Beacon! Almost binned it, and he's gonna get overtaken by Brendan. And maybe by Bowers too at the ape, and we'll see. Can he line up a move, Bowers? Can he line up a move? Oh, no he can't. And he doesn't go for it. And Vettel, has he disconnected or is he just lagging? I actually don't... It looks like he's... I believe he's disconnected. Or is he in AI? I have no clue. I know he's back. Or he's... I really don't know, man. He looks to be lagging a lot. An awful lot. Yeah, and I'm looking at stream for a second and doesn't look like it's laggy or bugging, so I guess I'll keep streaming in 60 frames per second in the future. But special getting by Vettel now. Yeah, I really don't know what's happening to Vettel. Is he... has he disconnected or is he simply lagging? I believe he's disconnected, otherwise it wouldn't make sense really to be that slow. Yeah, I believe he's disconnected. That's a shame, because he was doing very well, and you know, he got pole position, so yeah. And the beacon, yeah, I can tell you he's not on a wheel by his inputs, because the way he saved it on the last lap. Oh, wait a second, Brendan trying to overtake B-Boy Worm. It's not gonna work this time. Back of the... oh, wait, J Prentice goes into the pits for a speed stop. JKT, did he overtake Jacob Reaper? I believe so, or... not really sure what happened. Oh, Jacob Reaper very close to JKT. Vettel getting passed by his teammate, but I guess, yeah, he just disconnected. Matty getting past Vettel. Oh, and Matty, as I say that, just bins it and into the wall he goes. Oh, and JKT, huh? What happened? Did he panic or something? I'm not sure. Was he surprised by Matty trying to rejoin the track? I don't really know, but that's a very weird spin. To say the least, you don't really spin that far up the road. Okay, a bit weird, not gonna lie. I don't think he has damage, but he has damaged... oh, he has damage, never mind. So yeah, not really sure what happened. But... B-Boy Worm, I believe, is out of... yeah, I think he's clear of... he's cleared off Brendan, and Diesel getting past the AI of Vettel, and Jacob Reaper is gonna do the same, but Soul has the DRS, so he's gonna protect himself from Jacob, unless Jacob sends it, but he doesn't. Goes back into the racing line and stays behind. Meanwhile, Mystic close to Delta, I mean within his DRS range, but not close enough to go for a move, obviously. And yeah, the pack is spreading up a little, as we've got some yellow flags. I guess it's for JKT. Actually, Nano Beacon very close to Brendan. I mean, he's on mediums, so he should have the pace, but can he keep that pace and those tires up until the end? That would surprise me. I've heard that the maximum amount of, I mean, how to say that, you can do maximum 17 laps on mediums, and if he wants to go to the end, he still needs to do around 10 more laps on those tires, and so yeah, it will mean that he would have to finish the race on 22 laps on tires. That's yeah, that's pretty much impossible, eh? Oh, that's gonna be difficult. At least Mystic trying to overtake Delta. Oh, and I think he's made it work, but Delta goes for a cutback. Yeah, he's made it work, Mystic, but he's slightly compromised into that corner, and oh, that's close racing, but hard racing, that's what we like, respectful racing, and I believe Delta goes back in P6. Good drive from the newcomer, you could say. Bauer's fast lap on new mediums. Oh, and don't know if Mystic almost lost it or... Yeah, I'm not actually sure what happened. Bowers and J Print is very close, but he's not gonna send it beyond Bowers. No, it's not. Pole sector 1 though. And J Print is very close to Matty. Around the outside he's gonna go, and that's, if it works, that's a very neat move, and yeah, it did work. Ooh, that's close, and Matty loses 2 places in the space of one corner. That's not what would have wanted. Matty's probably go to the end on those tires. That's, yeah. His tires are gonna drop off at the end, but I think it's possible. Brandon, and that a 3-second time pen. Anna Bacon goes into the pits, and yeah, as I said, it would have been difficult to go to the end on those tires, if not impossible actually. But is he gonna be behind J Prentice? That's an important question. With J Prentice, and no, J Prentice is gonna remain in front of him. Bowers 2. Where is he gonna be then? Matty's in the pits too, so I guess he had damage, Matty. Oh, but yeah, I saw that he had damage. I'm stupid, sorry. Yeah, he's getting a new nose. Yeah, so he clearly had damage. You're not gonna change your front wing if you don't need to. But yeah. People warm, so in the lead in front of Brendan. Brendan has a 3-second time penalty. You got to keep that in mind. So if people warm is overtaken by Brendan, it's not that much. It's not a very big deal. But Brendan is gonna, yeah. If he wants to win that race, we still have. Gonna have 8 laps to go as we cross the line. He needs to take B-Boy Warm and to create a 3-second gap, as B-Boy Warm doesn't have any pens, or at least I don't think he has. Mystic close to Delta again, as we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's Matty. That was for Matty. But yeah, Mystic a bit too far back to go for the move. Bowers could go for a move on to J Prentice into turn 1 and run the outside. That's tricky, but I think it's gonna work. It's working at the minute, and he's gonna get the inside line for turn 3 and 4. And Bowers exit turns 4 in front. Can he keep that lead in turn 6? And yes, he can. He slightly locks up the front tires, but he's still in front of J Prentice. Good move from the Renault driver, and yeah, Vettel has disconnected. He's not back in his seat. So let me check real quick if Warm has a pen. He doesn't have. He has 2 warnings, and one of which could be for a collision in turn 1. I mean, at the start, that's pretty much the same. So Brandon goes into the lead, but it's not the net lead right now. So if B-Boy Warm can stay within 3 seconds of Brandon, that's a W for him. Looks to be able to. Grumpy in P3, that's a very good race from Grumpy. after starting from the very last row of the grid. That's an insane drive, really. This is exactly why you shouldn't give up, even though you have a quali ban to serve, or you know, a pen, or a spin, or you know, just anything. Just don't give up, and it's gonna pay off at some point. Jake Carty 3-second time pen, but he's got to be 30 seconds down the lead. Much more than that, actually. It's gonna be almost 50 seconds down. Yeah, 56. So fastest lap is still in Bauer's pocket right now. Fastest lap, no. Leader, no. Intervals, yes. But yeah, people warm. Mystic gets 3 more seconds. So it's got to be at least his third pen. But yeah, people warm is losing tons of time, even down the straight. Looks to be slight lock up, but Brendan went wide, and he's lost out 4 tenths. And Mystic up the inside of Delta into the hairpin, but Delta might fight back. Jacob Reaper getting past F1 MD Song into the hairpin too. And Jacob Reaper is slightly compromised, and yeah, F1 MD Song taking a bit too much speed to the last cone. Delta fighting back. Oh, and there was contact, and Delta lost a bit of front wing. Yeah, he's lost his right hand plate, and he's gonna lose tons of time. He's gonna lose a lot of time. Still 6 laps to go. I mean, a bit less than 6 laps to go. F1 MDs are getting a bit loosey-goosey on the XA. The B-Boy Warm is still well within the DRS range of Brendan. Look at that. Oh, and he's lost of time. No, he's still gonna get the DRS. And he gets a good exit out of turn 13. He's gonna have DRS down the straight. He doesn't have much DRS to use. Brendan has a bit more than him. And then Grumpy, yeah, he's not within 3 seconds of Brendan, so he wouldn't be P2. But does he have a pen? Grumpy, he does not have, but he has 2 warnings. Any fight happening? Bauer's close now. They are all very close for the last points. J. Prentice. Oh, F1 MDs are getting a 3-second time pen. Multiple warnings. Bowers defends himself from J. Prentice with the help of DRS. And actually, Bowers very close to the back of Jacob Reaper now. So we might see a move very soon. Especially into turn 6. He has better tires, remember Bowers. Oh, and big moment for Jacob. And he's gonna go up the inside of Jacob, and that should be an easy move. He has much better tires at the time. For the time being, that's what I wanted to say. My brain lagged. And yeah, he's much faster than all those guys, Bowers. And I believe, yeah, P6. He's gonna get P6 surely. J. Prentice could technically follow him, and Another Beacon is a bit further back, but those guys are gonna fight, and that's F1 MD, so not pointing the right way. And J. Prentice run the outside of Jacob Reaper. Easy move for J. Prentice. Some much better tires as well, as said. And he's up to P8, and he might even go up the inside of Bowers, but Bowers sees it coming and defends the inside. Good awareness. And yeah, you don't always see great awareness from those drivers in you know, in the lower leagues as F9, 10 and 11. Oh, and Bowers getting past Delta. Delta went a bit wide and a gap opened up. It's a good move from Bowers. A slight moment from Delta again. Delta is gonna lose tons of places. I mean tons, not really. He's gonna lose out to J. Prentice. Yep. But that's still a good race from Delta. Not gonna lie. He's doing his job. And he's keeping it clean. He might have a pen though. Yet to be confirmed. But yeah, I don't wanna go into the race director every 2 laps. So time will tell, I guess. And Bowers has dropped out of the race window of Brendan, but he needs to stay within 3 seconds. And yeah, 3 laps to go when we're gonna cross the line. Jacob Reaper is gonna overtake Delta pretty easily. Oh, and actually Nano Beacon is gonna overtake both of them. He's on fresh mediums. I mean fresh. Yeah, fresh mediums. We can say that. Only 4 laps old, and yeah, that's 2 into 1. 3 into 1 straight. Good drive from Nano Beacon after, yeah, a shocking start. We could say. And yeah, a couple of mistakes. Yeah. He's keeping it clean for the time being, and Jacob, JP Greenwood fighting the AI of Vettel there. Yeah. JP Greenwood, 3-second time penalty. I believe that is 2nd time penalty of the day, yet to be confirmed again. Okay, Bowers close to Mystic. He might, I believe he should be close enough for a move into the airpin, or even before it. We'd see that, yeah, he's very, very close. And J. Prentice, not that far back. Oh, yellow flags in sector 1. Who's that? I guess that's GKT. And the Beacon gets a 3-second time 10. That's not that great. Mystic doesn't defend. It's gonna be very hard to hold them up. And the Bowers goes into P5, 6. Oh, and Mystic, he battles it, and yeah, Bowers is out of the track. He needs to, yeah, slow down a little, not to spin. And J. Prentice around the outside of Mystic is gonna go. That's not an easy move to pull out, but I think he's made it work. Oh, this contact, and now he has Bowers up his inside. Oh, and that's great. That's great racing. Oh, and what? Oh my lord, that's not so great racing actually. Oh lord, what is this? That's not so great racing. Forget what I just said. That's not so great racing, and I think Mystic almost spun. And yeah, he went onto the grass, but yeah, that was good racing up until turn 4, and then that was just shocking. Again, F9 standards, probably the dirtiest league out of PSGL. Not gonna lie, but it's fun sometimes. It's fun. And actually, Brendan has pulled out a 2.4 second gap to people warm, and Nano Beacon getting past Bowers. Or easy, actually, ooh, contact again. Jacob Reaper getting past Mystic 2. They're fighting into the last corner, and Nano Beacon has to back out. Yeah. Not. Looked a bit weird, like he slowed he had to lift a lot and to slow down a lot, but he didn't shift down, so he might be using manual for the first time. That might explain why. Matty getting past the AI of Vettel finally, but Brandon, yeah, he has 8 tenths to find to win the race. 7 now. I don't think it's gonna happen unless B-Boy Worm makes a big mistake. That's a lock-up. But he's still within 3 seconds. B-Boy Worm, don't bin it. Good exit. I mean, it's a bit of time to Brandon, but I don't see how he's not gonna win that race, B-Boy Worm, as J. Prentice gets by Nano Bacon. J. Catty has done the fastest lap of the session. Nano Bacon is gonna try to overtake, but he doesn't have any ERS. Oh, and I missed it, but Brandon wins. And no, B-Boy Worm, I said, wins in front of Brandon and Grumpy. Special is gonna end up in P4. Bowers in 5th. Nano Bacon in P6 and J. Prentice P7. Very close, those two. Mystic, no, Jacob Reaper in P8, Delta P9 and Mystic P10. That's our top 10 of the day. And F1MD soon, yeah, finishes around 3 seconds behind Mystic. JP Greenwood's gonna finish out of the points in P12, Matty in P13. Vettel has obviously disconnected, and we'll wait for J. Carty to finish the race. Can you go a little bit faster, please, gentlemen? He's obviously... Has he broken his steering wheel or pedals? Because he's not going very fast. Can you go a little bit faster, please? It doesn't want to. But I don't like that. We're wasting time. Come on. And in where does he go into the pits? Okay, that's alright. I don't know why he went into the pits, but okay. And so it's Mr. B-Boy Worm taking his first win of the season, I believe. Let me check that. I really don't wanna... Yeah, that's his first win of the season, yes. In front of Brandon, who should remain his championship lead, and Grumpy, a very good fight back from last week where he got really unlucky. Special in P4, Boys P5, Nano Beacon in 6th, 7 J Prentice P8, Jacob Reaper Delta, and Mystic finishes the top 10. Then we have F1MD, so JP Greenwood, Matty, Vetton, Jcarty, Adrian 6, and Alex, Josh, and Matt Scientist. That's the final classification. We might have, you know, some reports and post-race penalties, but yeah, I've seen some shocking things. You've seen them, obviously, but you know, I'm not actually sure people will report that. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, the only thing that's sure is that Brandon is gonna keep his championship lead into round 11, which is gonna be Canada. Bahrain. Never mind. That's gonna be Bahrain. So it should be an interesting race in Bahrain. This one was pretty enjoyable, to be fair. The racing was much better than in the past weeks, except that thingy, the exit of turn 6 in the closing laps, that wasn't so great, but that was, you know, F9 stuff, so you know, I'm not surprised. Those guys, they do some bad things sometimes, but you know, in Bahrain it should not happen. Like, everybody knows the track, and that's a racetrack we race around quite a lot in PSGL. So yeah, that's gonna be all for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As usual, thanks to Brutal Democracy for sponsoring us this season, and I should see you next Sunday at 7 PM BST for round 11 at the Bahrain International Circuit. Until then, see ya.